Good morning. As per usual, I'm all over the map. I want to take another second to look at this axe. I finished this one yesterday and I've been looking over at it. I think it officially has my title for my favorite axe. It just is. Nice polish on there. Something about this burn, I don't know. The way that it burned on me. I just really like it. That palm sole came out nice. And it's a Canadian axe. St. Catharines, Ontario. Kelly. So, what's not to love? And the profile. Are we kidding? So I think that's a good one for buck and stock. Yeah, like I say, I think it takes the title. I've had many favorite axes so far on this journey because I'm evolving and, my work's evolving, my opinion's evolving. That axe is special to me. And so I'm really happy that that's going to be one that goes down to buck and stock. Got a box that was sent to me. Well, for one, I just threw this in there. Matilda. I don't know if you guys remember that hatchet I did quite a few episodes ago. I did a hatchet for one of Reed and I's friends. It was for her mother, and now this is her husband's. It's her husband's little hatchet that he picked up at a flea market or some kind of farmer's market, something like that. And it's hung upside down and it needs some love. So I'm gonna get to that, but I'm not doing that today. I just thought I'd show that off. That'll be in one of the upcoming episodes for sure. And then I got this axe sent to me. Where are you? He didn't skimp on the packing, which I always love. This is good stuff for me to be able to reuse when I go to ship out my axes. Sorry, we're all over the map. Here we are. Check this out. A beautiful double bit. There is a stamp on here. Oh, there it is. Very faint. Carco something, Portland, Oregon. So there's a beautiful story to this axe as well, and we will get on this. I am just waiting for some more double bit handles, and then we're gonna get on that project as well. I've done this a couple times where someone sends me an axe and I restore it and rehang it for them and send it back. And most of the time, it's like their grandfather's axe or it's something that's special to them, which in turn is very special to me and so cool. Every time I do, I feel really honored to just be a part of that and restore a piece of history in their family and, get it hung on a new handle and create a new heirloom for their family that they can pass down to their kids or their grandkids or whatever the case may be. It feels really special to do. So I'm excited about that project, and I've got 2 more coming that are a very similar story. We will get all into that on the upcoming episodes. Lots of exciting projects, lots of special projects to come. And I'm happy you're here with me to be a part of it. But that's not the point of this video. This is buck and stock. This is the buck and stock project. This will be part 3. We're getting started on the second axe that I'm going to be setting down to buck and stock. And then that might be all I send down to buck and stock. I'm thinking it'll probably just be the 2, unless something else special kind of comes across me and I really want it down there. We're going to send these 2, and I've got some exciting plans for this one. So let's just check it out and get right into this video. I've been doing really long intros, like some of these ones I'm editing. It's like a 6-minute intro or something, talking about this and talking about that. Is it just a drag? Do you want me to just skip over that? Maybe do like a 30-second intro and then right into work? Or do you like kind of knowing what I'm up to and what's going on and upcoming things? And let me know. I like to share things I'm excited about, and let me know what you guys think. But let's get into this. Here it is. This is going to be the second axe to go alongside that beauty right there. This, I think it might be a Dandenong. I think it was Doc of all trades. He commented that he thinks it was either a Dandenong or another axe. I can't remember exactly what he said. But either way, it's a lovely axe. There's no stampage on there from what I can tell. It does have that red kind of paint. So very interesting to me. It's got a skinnier profile. It still will split great. But this will be a sharp one. This will be one I can just kind of kiss the wood, pick it up, put it on a block or move it here. That is the vision for this axe. So I'm very excited about that. It's a beautiful axe and it's rather big. It's a decent sized axe. So that means I can put it on. I can probably get away with putting it on the Sheriff without it looking strange. I really, really like the Sheriff handle, but it's actually kind of hard to find good heads for it. Like I could thin one down and put like a 4-pound head on there. I totally could, but I find it's just such a beast of a handle that it kind of deserves a beast of a head. So I think this one suits it quite well. It's big and it's broad. And one of the biggest things that makes an axe look big is this size right here, this height. And we're over 4 inches there for sure. So that is the vision. I'm already seeing something I don't like. I don't know if you can see, but that eye, the peak of the eye, it's shooting hard that way. It doesn't look it at first glance, but it is. So luckily we're on the Sheriff handle and I don't really have an excuse to mess it up, but it's a lot worse than it looks. Big time. So that's all fine and dandy. First order of business is I'm going to beat this bulging out here. I'm going to beat that with a hammer and yeah, just beat these sides in and then we'll clean out the eye, see we got going on. And then we're not exactly polishing this one, but we're going to do a little bit of something spiffy. So we'll get to that. But first order of business, let's beat this and clean out the eye. Look at all that came out of there. Do I even need to grind out the head now? Holy. All that just came loose off the inside of the eye when I was banging on it. But you can see, is it perfect? No, but that's much better. Okay, we got it all cleaned out. And like I say, I'm not polishing this one because I like all the original red paint on there and the other one's polished. Now more than ever, I've been liking the non-polished look just as much, but I still want it to be special and still have a bit of the lucky style on it. So I'm gonna polish up the pull really, really nice. And then when we go to sharpen the bit, I'll kind of polish the bit as well over there on that step. And we'll go for that look on here. Keep all that original paint and all that cool gnarliness along the sides, the top and the bottom. A super shiny pull and a shiny bit that's nice and sharp. So that's the plan. I'll bring you in close and we'll get her done. we are. Nice and polished pole. Haven't sharpened it yet, so we'll get right to that, but oh baby. As much as I'd like to finish that off right now, duty calls and Captain Gimbal's gotta go gimbal. So I'm gonna go help Buckin do some filming, and I think he's climbing and he needs me to, I don't know, pull some ropes or help him go from one tree to another. It's way over my head, but we're gonna learn. So I'm gonna take a bit of an intermission from this axe, and then maybe later, or maybe it'll be tomorrow, we'll just pick back up where we left off and finish off this lovely axe. Okay, this is going really well. The eye is punched sideways, so I'm really happy I'm on a sheriff right now. This is where we're sitting right now, and we've just gotten it straight. I'd like to kind of show, I'm working this right side a lot more than I'm working the left side, and I'm just trying to essentially kick it like this and create a straighter bit. I guess I didn't show you it before, but we're looking a lot more straight now. It's not perfect yet, but it's damn near. So that's all looking really, really good. Problem I do run into when I do this is if I take a lot more from this side to, you know, shift that bit over and keep it lined up with the end of the handle, you end up taking more from this side here and leaving more here, and it can look, one of the hardest things is making that now look uniform when it comes down to below the haft. If you're a lot more in on this side, you want to try and match it on this side, but there's a lot of different variables, and it can come out kind of goofy. So we'll try and avoid that. These are vintage heads. The eyes aren't always punched great. That last episode was kind of an anomaly. That eye was punched almost perfectly straight. So that's always fun when that happens. But it's going good. We're gonna get it. I just wanted to touch base. We're almost proud, but I'm gonna get this one down. Probably, I'm gonna get it right down to the shoulder, somewhere in this zone. It's a 4.5 pound head, and even though it is rather big and broad, this is a big handle. This is a big splitting handle. This is the Sheriff from Buckin. It's a glorious, glorious handle. But it suits a big axe, and it wears a 4 pound, a 5 pound. This is a 4.5. It wears it very nice, but I don't like when the handle looks bigger than the axe. I don't know if that makes sense, but if the handle looks like it was meant for a bigger axe than the one you have on it, it just looks a little weird. And that's something back in the day they did really well. I've seen like 3.5 pound heads on 34, 35 inch thin down handles, vintage ones, and they suit it just perfectly, and they had something really nailed with that. These handles are like, they're meant for whatever you want, and you're able to customize them to whatever you want. And that's what I love so much about them. But stock as they are, they're kind of meant for a big axe, you know? It's a powerful, powerful handle, And so like a 6 pound, 7 pound, 8 pound head, a big, a competition axe, something like that. Buchan's got his ox head on one of these, and that's almost like the perfect combo, in my opinion. We've done the mauls, putting mauls on here, and they look a little wild and crazy, but they do wear it, and extremely, extremely functional. So that's just going to be a good looking axe, but it's going to take some work. So just want to touch base with you guys. I'm gonna stay at her, get down to the haft, and then we will kind of touch base more once I'm ready to finish off the handle, start maybe doing some thinning out and customizing the palm swell. We'll get into all that and kind of get to the fun stuff. I want to get this axe done today, just in my mental schedule. But yeah, it's going good. You know what? I've been going a little more here and there. This is actually, as far as being roughed in, this is actually, I think, where I'm going to leave it. I'm really, really liking it. I got to round this bottom off and just smooth out all the edges. But this feels very, very nice. And it feels nice both ways, like I was saying. That's comfortable. That's very comfortable. And then once I round off the bottom here, that's comfortable as well. It's coming together very, very nice. Let's check back once she's smoothed out, and I'm happy with it. And here's what we came up with. Nice, soft, rounded palm swell. Comfortable a couple different ways. And we thinned out this handle a fair bit. So it's all looking good. It's ready for a burn. Cut the kerf. And do the final hang. I think we're there. I'm just going to work it a little bit by hand. And then I think we are there. Okay, it's the next morning. During this haft, it got real sticky on me. Yeah, I got a bit of bounce back. I wasn't happy with the haft. The wedge sunk in too easy. There was a few things that made me just very, very insecure about this haft. So I went and took it out onto the back rounds that I have out there and was just playing with it, and it was holding good, but there was just a bit of shakiness, and I'm not sending anything that I don't feel 100% comfortable in. So in saying that, I ended up going over to Buckins. It's still a beautiful, beautiful axe. I ended up going over to Buckins. We talked about it. We ended up drilling out the wedge, popped it out, and my suspicion was true. We had coverage on the handle here on the one side, but then the other side, not as much. And I'm very happy that we did. We went the extra step on it, and then we were running into bounce back issues, and it was just, I don't know, something about this head. It gave me some grief, and then when I brought it over to Buckin, it was kind of giving us both some grief. So I ended up putting a new wedge in it, and it was good. After just the new wooden wedge, I was very happy with it. But just because of some of the weirdness we were having, I wanted to put some steel in it anyways. So Buckin and I put 2 steel wedges in there and countersunk them as well. So I got another quick lesson on that. And this axe just came out phenomenal. I could sand that down. I like that. I think that's cool. So, and this one's going to Buckin stock. That's kind of a vintage Buckin type hang right there. I'm leaving that. I think I'm leaving it exactly as it is. Looks a little dirty right now. Just clean it up a bit. Maybe clean up these edges a bit. But all this cracking and everything, that's cool. And I was letting some Watka soak in there. And so it's all just gotten all hard and full of Watka. It's a beautiful thing. So I'm going to go take some nice after videos of this. But it came out phenomenal. I'd say my only concern at this point is just how sharp this thing is. And I don't mean like sharp to the touch. I mean how narrow it is. It seems like how they did it back in the day. A lot of these old Tazies I'm getting, they're really thin on the top, really thin on the bottom. I'm talking like 17 degrees thin. And then they kind of have a 20 to 22 degree bevel in the middle. So I did try and chunk it up a bit, but I want to test this out. I don't think it's ever going to be a dirty wood splitter. It's certainly not one you're ever going to want to hit in the ground. It's actually more of a chopping axe if you look at it. This thing would chop, but it'll also split and it'll pick up wood nice. Very nice. It's a very interesting axe. It is. So I'm going to give this a good run, kind of test the bit. I might have to chunken it up even more. I just didn't want to grind back this bit that we had on there because it's kind of cool. And I think it's a Dandenong, so it's a very, very, very cool and special axe. And not a bad couple to bring down to Buckin stock. Thank you so much for watching. I'm so grateful, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Let's roll some after videos of this thing. All right, love you guys. Peace.